أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر وسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Bishop Odiko.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Gracious and eternal God, whose nature is to have mercy and to forgive and to deal justly with all your creation throughout the whole world. We do ask that you look kindly upon us in this land, this nation, the Gambia, and particularly on the TRRC, and also on the witnesses that are coming here to testify, that by Holy Spirit's power, that you will uphold each and every one of them to be able to be bold enough to speak the truth. And that, Lord, you will assist the Commission to be able to discern truth from falsehood. And help us, Lord, that as we bring about healing and reconciliation, that this nation, the Gambia, will continue to be a nation that will be smiling at all times. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Bishop. Council, are you ready to start?
Yes, Madam Chair, we're ready to start. Good morning to you all. Mr. Osa, kindly bring in the witness, please. Mr. Osha, kindly swear in the witness, please.
I, Demanjai,
I, Demanjai,
swear that I will speak the truth,
swear that I will speak the truth,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Good morning, commissioners. Good morning to you all. Mr. Njai, welcome to the TRRC. Thank you for agreeing to come to testify before the Commission. We understand that you are bereaved. A close family member passed this morning. In spite of that, you agreed to come and testify, and we promised that we would do our utmost to ensure that you finish early so that you would have the opportunity to go and pay your last respects to your lost one your loved one who departed. Mr. Njai, kindly turn on your microphone using the green button at the bottom half of the equipment. Also, please draw it close to you so that it can pick everything you have to say. You may also leave it on during the duration of your testimony. This morning, I propose to deal with a few topics with you. We know that the position you have held, or the various positions you have held in the past, are such that you would have a lot to say that would be of interest to the Commission. But some of the topics are topics we would have to deal with in the future. So we propose that we would call you a few more times. Today you will talk about a few things, and later, during the course of the Commission's work, we would call you again to come and appear and talk about other topics.
Okay.
For today, we would want you to introduce yourself to the nation, who you are, what your biography, and so forth, the positions you have held in the Gambia Gendarmerie and the Gambia National Army, the work you have done at State House, the events of July 22nd, 1994, your return to service, your position as Chief of Staff, what you did, the November 11 incident, and we would want to know also a bit about Usman Korosise, and then we leave it at that for today.
Okay.
And we would call you again at another time to discuss other topics, including the April 10-11 student massacre. Are we together?
We are together.
And when you respond, please speak into the microphone. Perhaps you should draw it closer to you so that you could sit in a relaxed posture and be able to talk directly into the microphone. What is your full name, sir?
My name is Dembanjai.
Where were you born?
At Kaur, CRR.
What's your date of birth?
On the 8th of March, 1958.
Mr. Njai, we take it a bit slowly.
Okay.
We allow for about 3 seconds between our speeches, such that there won't be any overlap, because that can create a difficulty for the interpreters.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. So you were born in Kaur, CRR, in March 1958. Where did you do your schooling?
I did my primary schooling in Kaur in 1966 to 1972.
High school?
I attended Gambia High School from 1972 to 1980. That's from 1 to upper 6, lower 6 and upper 6, O and A levels.
What did you do after your A levels?
Just after my A levels, I worked briefly with the Central Statistics Department as a statistician clerk.
For how long did you do that work?
Couple of months.
And what did you do after that?
Then I was offered a scholarship. To go to Dakar University to pursue an undergraduate degree in French.
When did you finish that program?
I came back in 1985.
Did you complete your studies?
I got my diploma in French education, diplôme d'études françaises. Then there was a time when Mr. Blaise Diagne, who was the counselor at the embassy in Dakar, informed us that the gendarmerie would need Gambian officers who had French background. As it was manned by Senegalese, we would need Gambians who had French background to be able to take over from them whenever they leave. That there were opportunities for people like us. It was then that I came and applied to join the National Gendarmerie.
Which year were you enlisted?
1st of August 1986, I was enlisted.
For how long did your training last? Do you remember?
We had it for about 1.5 years because our badge was one of the unique badges in the gendarmerie. We had a very vigorous training, competent, and we used to call us the crack unit, some sort of rapid intervention force. In case anything happens, we would be called upon to move on immediately. We were trained with very, very vigorously.
The crack unit, as in C-R-A-C-K.
C-R-A-C-K.
And after your training, what rank did you attain?
Then in the gendarmerie, when you come out from the training school, immediately you are given a first-class rank.
Which is, how do you call first-class rank?
Lance corporal.
Did your career advance thereafter?
Yes. It was after then that I was promoted to a cadet officer in 1988 and sent to École Nationale des Officiers d'Actifs. This was the military academy in Senegal, in Thiès, where, as of now, about 17 African countries pursue officers' military training there.
Did you go alone?
I went with two others. One would be Usman Badji, who was once Minister of Interior and also Ambassador in France. The other one is Alassane Kouyaté, who rose to the rank of being Director of Finance at the police after the amalgamation of the gendarmerie to the police, and right now is in Darfur on a UN mission on the police mission, French-speaking country.
And after that training, what rank did you attain?
The training lasted for 2 years. It's from 1988 to 1990, and at the passing out ceremony, that's where you are decorated with a second lieutenant rank.
So you came back to Gambia as second lieutenant?
Correct.
In the meantime, there were other cadet officers in Gambia, in the gendarmerie. Do you know what happened to those people?
Yes. In fact, most of those cadet officers, almost all of them, were decorated before us as cadet officers. But what happened, it was a selection something for anybody who has background in French, whom they saw would make the course, because all other countries' students were French-speaking countries. We are the only one coming from English-speaking countries. Therefore, there was a selection. And the three of us succeeded to go. But whilst we were there, some of them were decorated as second lieutenants in our absence.
Can you give us an example?
One would be Yaya Jammeh, the former head of state then, Yaya Jammeh.
Did he pursue any officers' training as at this time?
Only the one he had at the gendarmerie training school.
So he did not do any basic officer training prior to him being decorated second lieutenant?
Never.
How did people like you feel about that?
It was unjust, because I think promotion should be based on competence, and to rise to the rank of officer, you need definitely basic officer training course, because you learn a lot. The behavior, especially the attitude of an officer, you should have before being decorated as an officer, the competence and everything.
And after your return to Gambia, where were you posted?
I started at the Gendarmerie Training School as a training instructor.
For how long? For
a couple of months. Then there was a course to be done, counter-revolutionary warfare, with the British Army Army training BAT at Yundum, where I was selected to go and do it with a platoon from the Gambia National Gendarmerie.
When did you finish that program? Do you recall?
That also took some months, and I had to come back to Fajara Barracks, then now to occupy the position of adjutant at the office of the commandant.
Your training for officer lasted 2 years.
2 years.
What would you say to the suggestion that gendarmeries were not very well trained?
It was not all gendarmes. I can say that there is no army officer in the whole Gambian armed forces who trained better than 3 of us. I can talk of my training, not others' training, but I know what we encountered, what we endured. We did all necessary infantry training for 2 years. No other Gambian officer had ever done a 2-year course in basic officer training, which comprised of urban fighting, bush training, parachuting, and commando training, and all sorts.
By July 1994, Usman Baji would go on to become commander of the commando unit at the Gendarmerie. Is that correct?
Yes, in fact, the time I was moving to State House, that's his time he was going to Turkey to pursue a course in commando training.
Okay, that was just a little side point, but let's go back to the main issue. Upon completion of the training you had at Yundum Barracks, organized by BAT, you went back to the Gendarmerie to become adjutant, correct?
That's right.
And what happened to your career after that?
Then I moved to State House to become third in command.
Of what?
Of the Presidential Guard.
Who were the 2 superiors you had at the time?
There was Captain Trojaune and Lieutenant Kababajo.
Who was the commander?
Captain Trojaune was the commander.
I assume followed by Bajo.
Bajo, that's right.
And you followed after Bajo.
Right.
And what was your job at this time at the State House?
There, basically, I had a month or 2 there. Then when I was sent again to Nigeria for the VIP protection course in Lagos, as being commandant of the close protection unit, that's the bodyguards.
Do you recall with whom you did that course?
We were about 7 to 9. One would be, there was myself, there was Captain Trojaune, there was the late Daba Marena, there was a sharp one called Jay Sow, who is now in the US, who went after rose to the rank to deputy director of NIA and deputy IG. There was Per Mendy and some others.
Do you recall which year this training occurred?
This was in 1992.
In 1992, did you have occasion to accompany President Jara to any important political function in Mansa Konko?
In 1992, I didn't go.
Do you recall?
I didn't go to Mansa Konko. I was then holding the fort, that is the State House, whilst he was there with the commanding officers.
What occasion was this?
This would have been the PPP Congress.
What happened there? Can you tell us?
It was there that the President Sadauda Jawara decided to step down after his term of office, not to run for other term.
And do you recall whether he managed to maintain that decision?
No, he didn't finally. I was not there on the ground, but I heard cabinet ministers and all followers at the PPP then started saying he would not, they need him, we need him, we don't have somebody else to replace him. He remained adamant, and when he came back, because there were instructions that he would not receive any delegation that would want to come to meet him to talk about that.
As a result of Jawara's decision to step aside, did that evoke any rumors?
I can remember that day he was supposed to come back to Banjul. And then what happened is it got late, and I believe I received rumors that the convoy would have been ambushed on the way from Mansa Konko to Banjul. And there was advice that they spend the night in Mansa Konko to come the following day. I could recall Lady Chilel calling me upstairs to her room and asking why the buyer is not around up to now. And not to mention that thing, I told her, Mama, it's already late and we will not allow the president to travel by road at this time of the night to come to Banjul. We prefer that he comes the following morning. And that's what happened.
What was the ambush going to be in connection with?
Well, there was rumors of a coup d'etat. That's the first time I had rumors of a coup d'etat.
And did the pa, as you called him, spend the night in Mansa Konko that evening?
He did.
Did he leave the next day?
He came back the following day.
There was no attempt, was there?
There wasn't.
During this period, were rumors of coup prevalent?
The other one I heard of again was that of the July 22nd.
You did not hear any other one during that period?
I can't remember hearing any other one.
Can you tell us what happened, important things that happened after this Mansa Konko incident? Let me rephrase the question to help you. Mm-hmm. What, if anything, happened to you after this incident, personally?
To me?
Yes. You were involved in a car accident in 1992.
In 1992, yes, that's right. May 7th, 1992. I was driving from State House to where I was staying in Canifing. I came across a truck that came from Bakau at Sting Corner. Whilst I was having 5 school children in my car, giving them lift. The ride. I couldn't escape the truck. I hit the truck. And on that fateful day, even Kababayo was just driving behind me. We close together. They were the ones who rushed me, took me out of the car. with some help of some fire service, as I had, because to RBTH, where I had a fracture in the femur, right femur.
You remain sick for how long?
Almost a year inactive.
Do you recall when you returned back to service?
I went back to service in 1993.
That year, did you have occasion to accompany Sir Dawda up the provinces?
Yes, I did. And I meet the people's tour.
Did anything significant happen during that tour?
Yes. I can remember we had an incident. One Sergeant Boy Pulo, who was the driver of the bodyguards, he used to pick me at home every morning that time, even to go to office at Canifing. On a meeting at in CRR, I can't remember which village it was down. That time we had no holster our pistols, so we used to put it inside our trousers like this. His pistol slid down, and it was in front of a big crowd meeting, and he tried to get it from down the trouser. I learned after that he believed people were saying that he wanted to assassinate the president because he was taking out his pistol, and which was an accident. It was not intentional. The pistol just slipped down, and he was trying to get it down.
Essentially, you're suggesting that his pistol, which was tucked in his trousers between the hip and the pants, it slipped down, and he had to pick it up from the bottom of the trousers, right?
That's right.
And that gave rise to suggestions or suspicions that he wanted to use that pistol to kill the president.
Right.
What happened after that?
As those who were close to him, because I was an officer, I was not very close to him, but his fellow mates, NCOs, said those 2 days he was definitely isolating himself and looked very, 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 very disturbed.
What happened after that?
On the day, there was a special day that Commander Press Jan was coming to meet us at Sapo to see how we are, maybe our welfare and how everything was going on. And as soon as he stepped into the camp where we were, then Boy Pulo was in his car. It was a Pajero, this blue Pajero that we used to use for the convoy. We just had noise, and when we rushed to the car, it was already dead. He put the muzzle of the gun, the AK-47, and blew his head off.
Do you have an idea why he did that?
I would call it fear, because Boy Pulo was very, very disciplined, a very nice guy, and would not have the mind of doing what people think he wanted to do. As people interpreted that he wanted to kill the president, that was not in him, and that guilt and fear made him finish his life, but nothing else.
What do you say to the suggestion that he was very close to Yahya Jammeh and may have been a possible Jammeh hand recruited to kill the president?
I don't believe in that.
I'm not just saying, I'm not suggesting that that is evidence before us. I just want to put out that theory and ask your opinion about it.
He would not have been an agent for Yahya Jammeh.
In view of time, we fast forward to 1994. In July 1994, where were you?
I was in the UK with President Jawara.
What happened?
Before we went to Tunisia for the OAU summit then, and he had to take his leave after yearly vacation to the UK, and we were with him there.
Do you recall when you returned to Gambia?
Yes, we came back to Gambia on the 24th, but before that, I felt sick, very sick, because after my accident and being inactive for about a year, just 2-3 months after going back to office, we traveled to the UK. There I felt sick, very sick, and it was discovered that I had diabetes. And I was admitted in, I can remember, Princess Royal Hospital in Haywards Heath, there, Sussex. Then we were supposed to come back to the Gambia on the 21st. But before that, I can remember we used to hear of rumors of a coup d'etat in the Gambia. And I can remember at times there was a telephone booth not far from the residence where we are staying. We'd go and call Gambia, and even without even these rumors, we used to call the man on the ground at State House, who was Lantombong, to ask of the situation in the Gambia and at the State House in particular. He was telling us at times that there were rumors of a coup d'etat. Then in between, I was sick and was in bed, admitted on the 21st, when the delegation was to come back to the Gambia, the president. I asked the medical staff to release me to continue my treatment in the Gambia, because I didn't want to stay behind. That they accorded me. Then around between 11, 12 in the morning, I was released. I went to the residence, packed up, and joined the convoy to the airport to come back to the Gambia.
Did you personally speak to Lang Tombong at any stage during this period about these rumors that were going on?
Yes, because I was there. I used to be there with Kaba Bajo and Captain Gassama, who was the ADC. 3 of us used to go to that booth and call and ask about situations in the Gambia. And there was time he said there were rumors of a coup d'etat, but no names were mentioned that I ever had.
And tell us what happened when you arrived in Gambia on 21 July 1994?
Yes, we arrived about 1800 hours in the evening. And when we descended, I, who was not feeling very well, moved directly to the convoy vehicles. But before I reached the vehicle, I saw Yahya Jammeh standing. I told him, as I used to mock him, Jola, you are very ugly Jola boy. And he would tell me, boy, you are weak, what happened? I told him, I was sick, I just came out of hospital this morning.
Can you translate what you just said in Wolof?
I go, you Jola, but you are always ugly. And he laughed and said, boy, what's wrong with you? You look weak. I thought I was sick.
He didn't say, you say, rare boy, you are even uglier?
He didn't say it.
So you went to the vehicle, to the convoy. But did you notice anything untoward during that reception ceremony?
No, because usually the vehicles are parked after the line of the VIPs. You know, I may not see the soldiers when I joined the and immediately I came off the aircraft. I went straight to the vehicles, and I was covered from what was going to be with the line of the VIPs, those who came to welcome the president. So I will not see anything peculiar.
You didn't notice anything abnormal?
I didn't notice anything abnormal.
And from the airport, what happened thereafter?
From the airport, we drove straight to State House with the convoy.
Did you spend the night at State House?
No. Usually when we reach, an orderly will be responsible for bringing our suitcases and everything from the airport. We wait for him when he comes, pick our luggages, and go home.
And did anything happen that night when you went home?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Did you receive any visitors that night?
That night, no.
Did you receive any briefing that night?
No briefing.
How about the early hours of the morning?
Well, the early hours of the morning, that was about 8, 9, that I heard of movement of soldiers from Langtombong Tamba, whom I talked to over the phone.
What did he say to you?
That there were a movement of soldiers that they had.
Towards which direction?
Banjul.
What time did you receive this information?
It would be after 8, 9.
And what happened after that?
After a while, I was worried. I begged for a call from, then there was no mobile phones from my landlady, from their phone to call to State House and find out what was going on. I called the office of the bodyguards where I asked for Lantombong and talked to him. What's going on? I think that's when he told me the PA is escorted to the frigate. That's the American boat that was docked here.
You did not go to State House that day, did you?
I didn't, because, as I said, I left hospital the day before and was sick and didn't intend to go to office.
Did you speak to any of the staff at State House afterwards?
No other person.
Did you talk to Langtombong again?
When I tried again to call State House, then lines were cut. I couldn't go through.
And did you see any of your colleagues at State House that day?
Late in the afternoon, Langtombong came to my house at Kanifing, escorted with some soldiers. And he came in. I said, boy, how is the situation? He said, everything is ready now. I said, what do you mean? He said, the soldiers have taken over. I said, who? He said, Yaya Maitland.
Did he say anything about his position?
that he was immediately, automatically moved to Fajara Barracks to command there.
What is your view regarding how the takeover happened? Or rather, the performance of the TSG and the state guards?
Well, definitely, to me, it was very cheap. It was very, very easy. In military, being in a defensive position is far more advantageous than being in the offensive. Especially somebody who knows, we know then the State House. We have been there for years, months or years. We know all strategic locations. We know everything inside. We should know how to protect it, how to prevent anybody from coming in forcefully. Therefore, if it can happen without any resistance, as I heard after, that the duty of the guards was to save the president. For me, it was not only saving the president. It was saving a whole country, the constitution, and everything that it entails. Then if the power goes to is shifted to the frigate, his life was saved, yes, and his family, but that shouldn't be the end of it. Well, there were people saying that, because we know each other and it was a small country, we don't need to fight and kill each other as far as the power is safe. As I said before, it's not only saving the president, it was saving a whole country and the constitution and all that it entails. And we were in a far better position to kick out those soldiers coming in, because anybody facing you from the market end, you are taking your good position at the State House. It needed one rapid automatic AK-47 per 2 or 3 will fall and the rest will disappear. There may be fighting, but even with fighting, we were in a more advantageous position. You have the quadrangle where you can monitor everything from State House to the post office, to Albion School and everything. If you don't want anybody to come in, I don't think somebody can come in.
Were there any weapons at State House?
We had AK-47s. Those that I know of. And it could have repelled the soldiers who were facing directly the State House.
You think AK-47s would have been enough to prevent or to repel an attack?
We could have held them at least for 1 hour or 2. And I am sure if fighting had started for 1 hour or more, the Americans would come down. And the units at Yundum Barracks and others at Fajara Barracks who thought that they've already lost could have regained confidence and join and support the State Guards to fight the situation.
So your view is that those at State House, they gave up or they gave in too easily?
That's my belief.
Why do you think that happened? Why do you think they gave up too easily without putting up any resistance?
Well, because of I think the reason given was that the power is already safe, and the interest was to save, the most important thing was to save the power, his life, and that we are all Gambians knowing each other, we shouldn't fight each other, which I don't buy.
Did you worked at the State House, did you see an interest amongst the State's guards to see or to help the coup to succeed?
No, I don't think there was any interest from anybody to see that the coup succeeds.
What do you say to the suggestion that Yahya Jammeh had insiders in State House who assisted to make the coup succeed?
Later, I knew of someone who was an insider. They used to call him Musa Jammeh. He's late now, or Malia Mungo. He was very close to Yahya Jammeh. And after it was confirmed that he was an insider. Whether there were others, I'm not sure.
After July 22nd, you were sick. Did you report to work any time during those days?
The coup was on a Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, I went to State House.
Tell us what happened when you got there.
I went to State House. I was standing in front of the guard room when Yahya Jammeh, Edward Singate, Sana Sabali, Yankuba Toure were coming from the house, the residence where the president used to stay. Down the stairs, walked up to near the guard room, and he saw me and said, "Hey boy, you're Waranala Feka. If I had found you here, I would have blown off your head." I was asking, where is the man before we blow the building? You know who I am. I told him, you cannot do anything to me, you know who I am.
And
we cracked jokes. Then he told me, let's go upstairs.
And that was Yahya Jammeh, right?
That was Yahya Jammeh. We were very, very, this Seret Jola thing with him. Very close. Yeah.
At this stage, he was already chairman of the AFPRC, right?
He was.
You said you had this relationship with him. Mm-hmm. Apart from before the events of 1994 and so forth, did he get himself involved in any trouble that you were aware of?
Jammeh was a troublemaker. I can remember then I was an adjutant at the Fajara barracks. Usually by 1 o'clock we had this break, and officers would go to the officers' mess for lunch. Being the adjutant, I would not leave the camp empty, because the mess was at the other side where the economic forces are now, that story building. So I had to wait in the camp until some of them would come in, and I would then go for my lunch. And one day, whilst I was in the office, they reported to me that one driver by the name Tamsir, I can't remember the surname, was arrested by Bakau police station. I said, okay. Then I left for Bakau police station. I introduced myself as Lieutenant Dembanjai, adjutant at the Fajara barracks. I learned that one of our elements is here. They told me yes. I said, well, I'm sorry, you cannot arrest, a police officer cannot detain a gendarme officer. Let him write a statement, or you take statement from him, then I go with him. And when you're ready with him, when we reach there, you bring your report and we take the necessary actions. Then I went back to Fajara barracks with him and reported to the command of what I did. Then, closing hours, I left for home at Kanifing, where I was staying. I can remember that night, I was newly married and my wife was to be brought to me. Even. Then the following morning when I went to work, at the Fajara barracks, I found Yaya Jammeh standing at the main gate. He tell me, boy, demba si gudi attack na Bakau police station, on maximum boys. We dealt seriously. We attacked we attacked Bakau police station with my boys. And I seriously beat the guys who were there. I said, boy, that's serious. Why that? You know, his usual say, Sagande, you know, insulting. I said, okay. I moved to my office. Then sometime after the report came, and that incident, I nearly lost my job because they beat seriously the SO, who happened to be now the paramount chief, something Bojan. He's now the paramount chief. Yeah. He was seriously beaten with some other police officers. But because I went in the afternoon and introduced myself as Lieutenant Demmanjai, adjutant, and coming to pick the boy, when they were asked who attacked there, they said Demmanjai came at night. Lieutenant Demmanjai came at night and attacked the station.
They didn't know it was Yaya Jammeh?
They didn't know. He's very smart. He told me they off the lights first before attacking. He's very smart. So no one was recognized. Did
Yaya Jammeh know that you were being accused for that crime?
He did very well. He knew. Because during there was a panel set for this, for the investigation as to who did that. Then there was a day when this identification parade was organized. I was mad with the command at the Fajara barracks then. I did late Modou Njai, that's the younger brother to Colonel Ndao Njai, and President and others. I told them, what you're doing is not right. I went there on broad daylight, introduced myself as Demba Njai. Now you doing an identification parade. They could remember the face and point me out that I was the very one who did it. And I could lose my job for that. It would have been worse than even losing my job, because I was going to be taken to court and anything can happen.
You did not tell them it was Yaya Jammeh?
Well, after the identification parade, nobody could identify me or anybody amongst us. The panel continued. The late Keba Sise, who was Director General NSS then, I went to the extent of holding a Quran, swearing that it was Yaya Jammeh, because he told me. And I don't think any individual, he pleaded to me to confess. I said, any individual, would I, my wife being brought to me that night, I will leave there and go and fight somewhere else? That doesn't even sound logic. It's not me. Yaya Jammeh told me at the main gate the following morning that he did it.
Was Yaya Jammeh called in for questioning?
Not to my knowledge. Up to today, not to my knowledge.
You said Yaya Jammeh was a troublemaker. Do you know what other trouble he was involved in during that period?
Indisciplinary attitude towards officers, senior officers, the command at the gendarmerie then. He would stand anywhere and say anything in front of the guard room, in front of the commander's office. Many times. Everybody knew Yaya Jammeh didn't have that discipline. Another trouble that he did, I can remember we went on a Meet the People's tour with Sadauda Jawara. Then even I was a recruit. We were at the training school then. We went to a nightclub.
In which town?
In Basse.
What happened there?
There, in my presence, he knocked somebody on the nose and damaged the face.
Was he in trouble for that?
Yes, the report came, and we knew it was him who did it. Then before that, there was a cadet examination exams conducted for them, and they were to be promoted as cadet officers. His was delayed for 6 months, his promotion, for that action he did.
So you knew Yaya Jammeh before. You knew he had problems with discipline. He had problems with respect for authority and so forth. How did you feel when you saw him that day at State House as chairman of the AFPRC and head of state of the Republic of the Gambia?
Well, it was a big question mark, because definitely I had to mind as to how he was going on to carry out the affairs of the country. He was to change 360 degrees to be able to do things right.
Did he change for the better?
He tried to, because I can remember even when he was chairman and I joined in, sometimes because I had been always with him, to tell the truth, always with him, even when I close after work.
We will come to that. We will come to that relationship. But what I'm trying to drive at is, at this stage, when you went to State House, you saw Yaya Jammeh for the first time as chairman of the AFPRC. He was doing the Jola Serer joke with you. Did you believe that this person would be able to deliver on the promise he made to the Gambian people?
No.
Speak into the microphone, please.
I didn't think he would be able to produce it. I didn't think. Because of the attitude that I knew in him, and his age, and his inexperience, lack of many things, it would have been very difficult to produce.
Okay. Fast forward a bit. You were later called to come back to work at State House, correct?
That's right.
What position were you offered?
It was after Captain Kambi was, I think, arrested and detained, that I came in as Chief of Staff, Office of the President.
Office of the Chairman?
Office of the Chairman.
And Head of State?
And Head of State.
That was a very important position, wasn't it?
It was.
And you knew all that much about Yaya Jammeh. Indisciplined, have no regard for authority, could not possibly deliver anything for the Gambians in view of his age, inexperience, and indiscipline. Yet you chose to work with him. Why?
I think with a good team, we may be able to change him. And I think then I will not involve myself into anything that would go against the interests of the country.
So you were Chief of Staff.
That's right.
What were your main responsibilities at this time?
The staff around him, that's the household, the close staff of the presidency. I also was looking over also at times on the security matters and advising him, because before that I was at the State House for 3 years at least. I was older than him. I did, as I said, first my officer training. I knew what the better attitude for an individual, and knew I could convince or discourage at times because of the relationship between me and him in doing certain things that I was aware of.
So by November 1994, you were close to Yaya Jammeh, correct?
Yes,
You were often with him, correct?
correct.
In fact, tell us how you used to spend your day during that time while you were working as Chief of Staff. Just give us a rundown of your typical day at State House.
Well, when I go to work in the morning, I'd go to my office. Then when he is escorted to his office,
What time would you normally arrive at work?
to 8. By 8, I was at my office. And when he joins his office or goes to his office, I'd go in. If there's anything to brief on him, for anything to brief him to, I will. If he has anything to ask me to do, he would. Then my normal jobs, most of the time, complaints will be coming to me from the society, from the other departments, which I may refer to him. What could be done will be done. What will be pushed after would be. And when I close work, usually as I reach home, sometime in the evening he would call me.
What time would you typically close work?
It would be after 6 sometimes, 7. Then he would call me. Then I'll go back to State House. I would be with him up to sometime after 1 at night, 1 at night. Then I would drive back home.
And be back at State House at 8 the
at
next
8,
day.
At 8.
So almost you spend barely, say, 2 hours at home during daylight, and then you go back to State House, and then would get back to your house, say around 1 or 2 a.m., go back to State House at 6 a.m. That would be the periods you would normally house, right? Or at home.
In fact, at times, there were situations where it took a very long time to talk to my kids. The only time I would have time to talk to my children is when I am driving to Banjul, taking him to school at JC5 Memorial. Because before I reach home, few minutes, I would be called back to State House. I am there. Before I come there in bed. The only time I had with my kids then were usually by the time I'm driving to office and going, taking them to school.
So, having spent that much time with Yaya Jammeh on a daily basis, you certainly would be privy to a lot of the conversations he engaged in during that period, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Do you remember where you were on 10 November 1994?
10th November 1994, yes, I was at the State House.
How about the evening? When did you close work that day?
As usual, I closed late, but that day I had the other junta members from Sana Sabali, Edward Singate, Sadi Buhaidara, and Yankubo Ture went to Yundum Barracks to have a meeting with the soldiers.
What was that meeting to be about?
Discouraging them from any attempt of trying to go against the AFPRC government.
to put it clearly, to discourage them from staging a coup d'etat. Correct?
Correct.
And yes, what happened after that? Those guys went to Yundum barracks. What happened after that?
Yeah, they must have come back. They came back. What they discussed that day when they came back with the president, with Jammeh, I didn't know, because I was not there. I went home.
Did you hear anything else later that evening?
At night, that night of the 11th, that's the early hours of the 11th, around 1 a.m., 1 going to 2, I was staying with my sister then at mile 7, my younger sister, Ndenjai, who knocked at my door opened and said, "I'm hearing gunshots." But for me, I didn't hold it serious. I just thought he may have heard some noise, or it's just gunshot somewhere around Bakau and finished. Then I stayed in bed. For a while, she knocked again and told me this is getting serious. But before I could get up, a call came to my house line.
From who?
From State House, Khalifa Bajinka, late Captain Bajinka.
What did he say to you?
"Sir, something is happening at the State House." I said, "What?" Told me a coup d'etat. I said, "Coup d'etat?" He said, "Yes, there is fighting going on."
Did he say where the fighting was going on?
He told me there is fighting going on around Fajara Barracks. That I should go, let me go and go to State House. I told him, no, that's not the way for me to go to State House. At this hour there is fighting. Any trained officer will not just go out. You don't know the position of the enemy and friendly forces. Send me some men. They come and pick me while I prepare, put on uniform.
Were you sent officers to come pick you up?
Yes, he sent me some men who came and picked me.
Do you recall what time that was?
That should be around 3 o'clock at night.
And what did you do after they arrived?
I boarded the vehicle, joined them to State House.
What happened there?
There I found Chairman Jammeh in a very, very confused situation, moving in and out, walking through the sitting room, going down the stairs, and even situation, he said, "Leave me, I'm going to fight, let me go and fight, let me go and fight." And people trying to calm him, "Sir, don't worry, there are people to take care of the situation."
While you were there, did you know what was going on at Fajara Barracks and Yundum Barracks?
Not exactly, except that there were, as they say, the gunshots they told me that they had at the Fajara Barracks, but at Yundum, I didn't know anything that was going on there.
Did he have any telephone conversations with anybody during that time?
Yes, around 6 o'clock in the morning, at the sitting room upstairs, there was a telephone conversation between him and, I presume, the juntas.
When you say the juntas, who are you referring to?
The council members, that's from Sana Sabali, Edward Singate, Sadibu Haidara, and Yankuba Ture.
Why do you think that it was them Yahya Jammeh was talking to in that telephone conversation?
I didn't hear what what was happening from the other end, but he listened for a while after some time, and I heard something he said.
Who said?
Yaya Jammeh said,
What did he say?
kill them all, the ringleaders. That I will never forget.
How did you feel when you heard that?
Excuse me, yes. The first time I ever had instructions to kill, I had him say, kill them all, the ringleaders.
At this stage, what was going on in your mind?
That some men were captured by the junta, by the juntas whom I already named, and that they were going to kill them.
What happened after that? Before that, let's just try to establish clearly what you heard. How close were you to Yaya Jammeh when he said this?
In the sitting room upstairs, there is a sofa, three-seater sofa. Then you have on the left two-seater one, and the other side two-seater one. He was using the three-seater one. I was at the other one there with some men, the other soldiers, bodyguards, and so on.
You heard him clearly?
I heard him clearly. There is not just less than a meter between me and him.
In which language did he speak?
He said, kill them all, the ringleaders. That's English.
Those were his exact words.
His exact words, quote unquote, kill them all, the ringleaders.
And you said this was around what time?
Around 6 a.m.
Did you see any members of the junta afterwards?
Yes, it was later in the day, around 10:11, that they came into State House.
What did you see them do when they arrived?
Well, looking like people coming from war, coming from winning a battle, brandishing their arms, and moving with Yaya Jammeh came down from the main yard of the State House there, going in up and down, you know, as victorious.
Jubilant mood?
Jubilant mood.
How about Yaya Jammeh himself?
Likewise himself.
How did you feel when you saw the soldiers behaving in this manner, especially having heard what Yaya Jammeh said earlier?
I regretted being a soldier because they were claimed to be soldiers of a difference. And anything leading to killing and being proud of it, especially your fellow Gambians, because I knew in that case it was not protecting the national integrity, territorial integrity of the country. It was against finishing, you know, your fellow countrymen. I felt ashamed. I felt very, very worried.
When they arrived, did you hear them say anything?
No, I cannot pick up anything they said.
No discussions were held that you know of?
They may hold discussions themselves alone. But downstairs where they were at the yard, escorted by their bodyguards and and everybody, there I don't think they will talk of anything pertaining to what may have happened in the morning.
Now tell us, who do you recall seeing there at that stage? Members of the junta you saw there at that stage?
All of them, Yaya Jammeh, Sana Sabali, Sadibu Haidara, Edward Singate, Yankuba Ture. Some people like, non-members of the junta, Peter Singate, Musa Jammeh late, Alma Mumane. Yeah, I can remember such people. And the escorts of the junta members. I knew their faces, but I am forgetting their names now.
And do you know whether any announcements were made that day about what happened?
Sana Sabali made an announcement, I can remember.
Do you recall what he said?
Few of it, if I may saying there were some elements who wanted to overthrow the government, and there was some fighting, and unfortunately some lost their lives.
From what you heard at State House, was this announcement true?
No, because what I believe is the time they were calling, there was no fighting. There were arrests and so on and so forth. And instructions were given by Yaya Jammeh to kill them all, especially the ringleaders.
For how long did you remain at State House that day?
The whole day.
Just a moment. At this stage, Sana Sabali was the vice chairman of the AFPRC, correct?
Right.
Can you tell us a bit about the power dynamics within the AFPRC at this stage? The rankings and the power dynamics.
Yaya Jammeh was the chairman and head of the Armed Forces Provisional Ruling Council. Then you have Sana Sabali as the deputy chairman. You have Sadibu Haidara as number 3 and Minister of Interior. You have Edward Singate as number 4 and the Minister of Defense, if I may fully recall. Then you have Yankuba Ture, number 5, and Minister for Local Government.
What was the relationships like within the members of the council?
They seemed at the beginning united, because usually almost every day, at some point in the day, they would all converge at the chairman's office. In fact, at the chairman's office then, where he sits, that was his seat, then in front of him there were 4 other seats for the 4 council members. And when they came, they sit in front of him, facing him, and they make their usual decisions or anything it may be. They were united at the beginning. But as time went on, I was seeing some changes.
Tell us about them.
It happened sometime in 1995. One day I was, that time, chief of staff, and at the same time overseeing the State Guard Command, as State Guard Commander.
So at this stage you had 2 responsibilities.
That's right.
Chief of Staff, State Guards Commander, correct?
That's right, because then there was no State Guard Commander, and I had to oversee as interim State Guard Commander, and had a deputy who was Ibrahim Abba. He later became a general. Ibrahim Abba then was a 001 or 002, warrant officer class 1 or 2 that time.
Proceed, please.
And one day I was called by Chairman Jame to his office. When I went in, it was around 1500 hours. I found him sitting in his chair, Edward Singate alone in the office facing him.
What happened after that? Did they say anything to you?
Daniel Jame looked a bit furious and looked at me in the eyes and said, from now on, any council member who comes to the State House after 6 o'clock, give instructions to the guards to shoot and kill.
To shoot and kill who?
Any council member who comes to the State House after 6 o'clock in the evening, 1800 hours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Njai. Madam Chair, we have a minute or 2 minutes to the lunch break. Do I proceed with the questioning, or I leave it at that for commission members to ask clarifying questions?
Any? Okay, they want to wait till the end. We will wait till the end. You can continue.
Thank you very much. And you said, Jame said, from now onwards, any council member who visited State House after 6 p.m., give your men the command to shoot and kill. So you suggested that it was to shoot and kill that council member who visited after 6 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And that order was given to you as the interim commander of the State Guards, correct?
Correct.
What did you do with that order?
I went down and gave instructions that any council member who comes after 6 o'clock, tell him the president cannot see you, the chairman cannot see you. Come the following day and see him. Then I called the council members, others, that the president would not see anybody who has something to discuss with him after 6 o'clock. He would better leave it till the following day.
So these instructions were given to you, you said, in the presence of Edward Singate, right?
Edward Singate alone. That's why I was very suspicious of what was going on. Why in the presence of Edward Singate alone?
Did Edward say anything when those orders were being given to you?
He didn't talk to me.
So you went out and you gave an order to the members of the State Guard, but you modified the order, did you?
I did. I will never give instructions to kill.
Did Yaya Jammeh know that you modified the order?
He would not know. No, he didn't.
Madam Chair, it's 11:30. Time for our first break. Thank you.
Thank you, lead counsel. Thank you, witness. We will take a half-hour break and come back at 12. Thank you.
Fear over electoral rigging rocks Zimbabwe as the country.
Yesterday, after listening to Prime Minister May's assessment of the state of the negotiations,
Assalamu alaikum badingolum balbe kontonna kal bismillah Africa television o nyina karola dingrato dam yalon ko wolemu don sotelti TRRC commission men lota pour ka tonya lankenema sanji monim fula maralomi yalon ko asotota Gambia banko kanjang tajirinde akol men kata je kresi bon nen tilimbal yalo anim fanan kasaro dim bonomi yalon ko wole lara molla karola men kata Gambia banko dingolti alnal badi male bi lungola lamin AFFS dabo bi lungola commission la nyati lungola momi yalon ko wole keta cede foloti men nata nam pour ka 50 roke kalimo la memo tonyala karolati kol men yalon ko wolle keta nyala ay menu kalamuta 1994 sango kabola kata fo wato mi yalon ko atela makamo nyin danta woldo momi yalon ko wol nata commission nyati lungola ka ke sewdoti wala mo demba njayti akade molti mi alon ko a wuluta kawru sate wala kono makade commandant tundo kan ako a wuluta maj karola kono atilisay a wuluta wala 1958 sango atendenda fanan kaytan ko de akaranta kawrula karamundi to mi yalon ko kabo 1966 kata fo 1972 ako anata tenden kata Gambia High School akara ay karamo keje apareta kabo 1972 lenga ay karamo commencé Gambia High School apareta 1980 ako bayra ngay O level ani A level bele karanje tendenda fanan kaytan ko de 1994 July karo nyin na karola kolmen yalon ko wollelu be kala 5 fendi let council esam by fall ayata ndala ko purasi fensa en kan commission e anim fana November karo atil tanning kilingo ay men kala muta kolto mi yalon ko wollelu sotota commission nyin na karola kabirabe tenten kan ka kuoludi membe dending ala makamo la ani ala ala tanya wole keta fenti me alon ko tubabol ka vole ko biography atenden ta kaitan ko de kabira karamo bang Gambia High School 1980 anata ta dinkrado dami alon ko ay do ko ke wolto Central Statistic Department men yalon ko control karola harmadun la yirka kuolu womu dinkra nyinti akwa aketa auto kla koti chauffeur la statisticien clerk ako atarra auto do ko wala kardantan drong anata silo soto me yalon ko wala keta ning scholarship poti pour kata kakaran ke dinkrado dami yalon ko wala Senegal banko kanti anun karan nyindung akurkurta men kama wala pour kaje ko de ase wana ya soto no nyamenna londo la karola me yalon ko wala be kala français kawanyin tamandiri nyaade atendenda kaitande ko de atarra o dinkra nyinto waketa August Karole kono 1986 sango ako bare abe dulato drong anata kabra diploma soto ako anata kibaro mo kabo Blaise Diagne bulu me yalon ko wole bonu Gambia banko la ambassadeur yala wato Senegal banko kan waytande ko de silo yelta me yalon ko Gambia banko la be sularing pour kam mol soto gendarmerie la karola men yalon surtout e France kango soto ila londu bunda nyinto ako wotumala anata nang asete nang Gambia jang kana karaoke me yalon ko wole be dending ning gendarmerie yanyina ako ay karam men keje sanji kilin kar woro ako wala keta la karam wuchoti ako dum etolo mumolen men yalon ko la karam kono wane ata je bake ako bare to law kafo nyin memu lo talben dia wato de gendarmerie karam nyin kono la bajo e ka fo to le ko crack badge wala men yalon ko feten dingolu no ne feten moy dawda o kulete men yalon ko mankutule men kaytandila bankor kula atendenda fanan kaytandi ko de ay makamol men soto ako kabringa training school o nyim bang ako lance corporal yawo makamo diala me yalon ko wolam force clark ako natata makamo soto 1988 men keda kedek officiate ako nada ki karam fanana me yalon ko atata o ke dinkrato da me yalon ko wolen Senegal banko kandi ako bara fana adda mamanta ni wo karanto wo military training nying ako ani Usman Baji me yalon ko anene keda Gambia banko interior minister ya yamela mansa kunda kon tendenda fanan kaytan ko de 1988 kata 1990 womu sanje fulode me yalon ko ako ay karan doge an wo karan wucho nyi wo sanje fulo nyi kono wo ko la inata pour ka kon lieutenant nyarandiro nyi diala makamo la karola tendenda fanan kaytan ko de silo me yalon ko wole yeleta ako ni ajube me yalon ko wole kedek officiality ako wato la karola ako amansianu menu yalon ko wane yata pour ka londo la bunda soto men yalon ko wala be dendinding wo France kan la karola ako dum wona da silo ele bage mon men yalon ko ye France ka moy bari tol mo dantane drong ye wala ki pour kata karan wala anu ni banko dol menu bentaje wol be mu France kan fo banko leti Gambia mo angale kam banko de wala na Gambia dingol tombon ke samba men yalon ko wane ata France kan la karola atendenda fanan ka 50 doke ko ni ajube ya jammede atenen adonyolo men yalon ko tol benu Gambia banko kan britol tara o sanji fula karan nyina ako ya jammenyolu nata kama elama kama selendi anu atama bo akalama ko ya jamme karanda dinkrado memu bantala banka office karangoti me yalon ko o wato nyina ako bar second lieutenant makamo e wala dinola anu ya jamme molti me yalon ko a fota daji ko lale so jare ala man kutoto barin amang wo famma jel sotono ani hormola karola tendenda fanan kaytandi ko de ya samba dinkrato dami alon ko wolen sanda mere training school te ako kabira bewto anata taraje kardantang ya bondi woto ya samba blato dami alon ko wolemu yundum baraksti pour ka kafu molma mi alon ko wolen British Army training team ti wonyundum baraks nyinto ako kabirin to malamen na ala karan nyin kum faje enara samba fajara baraks kakaje ajutanti momi yalon ko wolebe maralin ning amori la o time atendenda fanan kaytande ko de londo makamo mi yalon ko ay wollel karang akode zandamo nimmol ko jutobe la karola de ako musandam sifa dolti ako bare tol mantawol kono bare tol mumol mi yalon ko ye karango ke nim fannala mi yalon ko e ka fo oban fighting kamta ko kelosi keno nyadile dulato dami yalon ko wala kunda baldi membo ko tuba kunda la karola bush training fan ani wula kono kuolo la lanya ani sojaro la tamandir nya surtout kelo wato wulo kono akoyo fanan karanne parachuting wala nyinte ko ka ferol keno ka bodan santo tifengol kono membo ko plenol ni helicopter a plan sor muno de men ka ware fonyo kono o fana mo fenne me an ko ya karang te ndenda fanan kaytande ko de commando training fanan on fenne me alon ko yewol be di tol lale ako do tol mum molet men alon ko nimmo be codi la bulu jawla ako e manke zanna molde menula londo mankita menula wane ya mankita do ko nyina karola ate debba jay atende na fanan kaytan ko de akoy nada ki banko kan me yalon ko wole keta dinkrati dami yalon ko wole mu Nigeria te ako fanan ate mu molti me yalon ko kabira boda fajara barracks ya samba state house wo state house dum memu no ala nyaton ko je wole captain turo jawneti ako turo jawna na normal ko wole mo lan kaba bajoti ako ate mu keta moti me yalon ko place sabanjango atelta marli wala akonu abe dinkrato le fo karfula konto kono inada ki Nigeria banko kan ako kabring e bidaka o Nigeria akate anin tro kata daba marena kata jay show me alon ko anen kata directorti generalty dinkrato da me alon ko wala mu ngeng kuloto police wala karola ako fanan peri mende fanan o mu molti me alon ko ka futema e to le tata non karan la Nigeria ako do nyin soto tan 1992 sangola kono ako kabring abota na o dinkra nyin to ako atata do ko la dulato da me alon ko wala mu state house oti ako 1992 de abota ku kala Gambia banko kan tar ko la karola ako bayren PPP ila parti nyin ye congress o soto dinkrato da me alon ko wala man sa konkoti LRR wala mu ila commandant tundo nyindi akode wo congress o nying kuma kangol fota je me alon ko aboda nundo president bulu sada da kayra ba jawra kaytan roke ala patio kanum balla kode ning ata ala wucho banda me mu sanji lulo nyindi ako abe fonyo la president alal ako ndu wonara ke kuti me alon ko wolu lala akontano mannadi ako jawra fango anyanda seyla kata kombo ba wo sutola bare inata je ko ngunol be keren ko modol be lafla ka shopping kan droke ala moto la silo kan o dalilo kam mala inata ya marodi pour president sila fo samo somanda tilo nyalama asinata kamuru banjul kabo mansa konko tendenda fanan kaytande ko de wo dalilo kamma kabirin sa dawra karaba jawra nata banjul state house ay kuma kan di ko momorondi bela fila pour kana te jube pour se kacha ko la membe dending ala daha fonyondi wonyina ay men kankula ako mu fennede me alon ko asilo nyin manta yele la moye andum fana momorondi nata ko imina kam pour kana o mane ner ko la ala fonyo ko ako jawra ko kana mari bula ay don state house national o kacha nyinna atendenda fanan kaytande ko de kabirin kolbe tamaka wonyama ako akudeta follow ala kibaro moy aka sunta walla o suto jawarala na bayo bari lafoko modolle be tafawkan pour ka dabaro siti kalanya lanya do tubabol ka me ambusa atendenda fanan kaytande ko de sinya fulanyam pour ka kudeta kibaro moy Gambia banko kanjang ako sotota July karol kono atilim wannim fula 1994 atendenda kaytande ko de me karotil worowla 1992 ako ay tare ko sodo me alonko wala keta accident nun moto accident ako abenu moto kono sitin kona law ma fon la drong ako kabra boda state house ako moto ba dolemu atrate karamuto dinnol sika me alonko wol mo lulu ay sonu lifle la pour que samba jorte mento ako de wol bala moto kono woni moto ba nada accident soto akade fon ketutale la foko la min kaba bajo la moto ba mba koma wala liya ma koy roke anim fire service solo pour ka samba banjul la loptan bado akade a nyaayele wolto atendenda fanan kaytandi ko de anada tara nyoko kono sanji kili wucho nyin kono kartan nim fula ko akeda mori me alon ko aman jadi saho nyin soto wo accident nyin kola ar dembanjay attendenda fanan kaytande ko 1993 ako meet the people store wala president jawrala murum pour kada de banko kan anin do bal signoje pour ese wosi kolo yitandi anin kol me alon ko wala be dendila al halola banko kan ako meet the people store wakada fendi me alon ko de ako tariki ku soto taje bari la foko watola ako itolla karola e man fengol soto me yalon ko wala be kala pistolol bula ramolti ako pistol bula rante bulu e ka o pistulo nata kana modoma me alon ko drive wolem e ka fay boy pulo ako kabrim pistulo kana tawma pistulo nyin jolonda kurro nyin duma ma fan wonata pour ko pistulo nyina bondi wo jolondro mi an ka keta modol nata tumiro ke ko adamu molti me alon ko alafta ka kudeta la kurkuru president jawara kamma ako dalilo to nata taraje ako lundo lolaro keta kaytandro ke ko de les jañmina ala dinkrato dami alan ko wolen sapoti pour kaneto lu jube la halo be nyadi anila taranko ako wala jañlanna kabriyo lola ako lungola de bribe sapoje minute dandan drong nata pawmoy pajero kono mi alan ko wolen bulure moti ako mboy pulola mototi ako e bortaje futata yatara pistulo nyin ay wala bula da kono a fankunte nyin kamala modol ko ay ni toro sotani ni ku yaba anim malo nyin kamala ko molu ba to ko yakam fenna ako dun nimmo morondi ya long mo sifa men mati ako daji ka sifa tala o mira sifa tala pour ka banko jam fa o nyama atendenda fanan kaytande ko de on the 21st of July 1994 ako wayatara nun dinkrato da mi yalon ko wolun itolbe nun Angleterre ako bayren sa dawda karaba jawra kabra ala lifo soto tolbota nan tonis etata Angleterre ako lifo nyimbe ke kanje ako barata sasatal num fang ya foko nyin sukur kurang le bala memu diabetes ti ako anata tar laring loptano la karola jaralo be kering ala kuoto ako bari aman jadi saho soto anyama ako nata moy wato do bije ko kumandro e ka kenun telefono mi yalon ko kadra lon silo kan wo do beje e la sabatu dinkra nyin dala je ako e ka kumandro kenun state house lanto mon tamba ka wala nyin ka gambia dum munabe kerinje ako ba lampo mon do bije asafo ko nga moyle de moluka ba fo kan ka ngunu ko kudeta la fakela banko kan ako wato do bije de lanto mon ka foe ako ate do bije anin kaba bajo anin fanan captain gasama tolmu molen me yalon ko kanyin kibarol moy lanto mon tambabulu ako bare nana man to foe pour ka fo ko karinyolu wolle be tafaw ka waranka kurkurloke wo kudeta nyinna atendenda fanan kaytandi je kode ako kabren tumala menna yaje ko president jawrabe selanan wo jula karotil muannin killing ako anada fo ala doctor ole ko police silo sona ndae ala jaralo stendenno gambia banko kan ako tumala anata ta dulado dami alon ko president jawrabe sabatiri wolto kabo loptano nyindo kala fengol be pak inara silo wulindinan kana gambia banko kan jang ako kabri fudata airport oto tala woro urara ma fonlem biri futata nan rong ako ateketa molde mi alon ko jita pleno kono atentenda pour kada dulado dami anko wole la moto kono de kada sije ka mo nyolu batu memo president jawara nyolti ako kabring abet ataka no motol to ako anya ya jameje airport aka nata sana uya mi alon ka dalte damatema aka ka ko jola boy jube bayte wato wati e kadu maneri ne rong ako kabra o fae ya jame jelta ako damma woka ko bare boy ibe labar limba kele munekata aka ka ko sasatale sasale mutanu Angleterre monta kendare wole labarandi ako anata ta dunta moto kono atendenda kaytande ko la motol kabrin sa dawda karaba jawra nyol pareta nata ta dulato dame an ko len state house ti ako state house kola to le batindro ke mola me an ko len protocolo nyinde pour kananan ke la bakol dila wotu mala nata say katala sabati dinkra nyinto atendenda kaytande ko de talan say kada talan ko nondo ma fonla ako anata kibaro soto lanto montamba bulu kaytanda la ko de sojarolu kibaro soto tako bota dinkrato dami anko wala yundum baraksti be kongolo kam banjul ma fonla ako ayo kumo moy ako do nyinkata fennede me alon ko ana ako nyin kibaro nya de undi bage ako anata ta moya mi alon ko wala mo ala korda tete abe sabatirin damen ako muso nye ko pura ma ko asi telefono kelo nyamen ako anata telefono ke wolto ninyi bunko no telefono la ay lanto mon tamba kumandi ako kabri wokeda lanto mon nata fa ko jawara de atetata nyin american ba kono sojarol ela kulumba nyintole ako kabri wokeda anata kata wati ni wati pour ka lanto mon tamba kol ako bare telephone line nolu state house la ma fa la wato yewol be topoci de atentenda kaitandi ko de kabring abije ako lanto mon tamba menketa wo July karo tilmuang anin fulo nyinti ako lanto mon tamba nata ala korda nyinto ka kibaro di ala je ko de kuolu de abe bantale akaka mune woti akaka ko sojaro le banko tale ako keda fendi mi alon ko wayate jakale bake ako anata taraje bari wokeda jumalu wala ako sibiti dimasi tene lunga tata dinkrado damento alon ko wolem state house ti ako bari nya jube nyin kudeta am fenne de mi alon ko ali halo nyin keda nyamen ako tonya ayon polom baba batale kule mianka fea bara ako bayra telata menna wala nyinde ko ay state house lo nyamen anim fanan dula kum mal men yalon ko etol sel la nyal kenoro pour que kudu mola memina shopping kandrola ako bayren sojar yala makamo kono sembo be momen bulu wala modi mi yalon ko wala be fantan ko kekan ako shopping kandir la wala sembo kadwa ako do wato AK47 ol be bulu dulal be state house la ma fawola surtout au marché to ma fawolu anim fanan dilami alon ko wala mu loptano la ko masila ma fonti akol be mu fenne de mi alon ko wol be tanko skeno nim momo lafta kana nyapin kawla ako barka ko be yom fandino foni mol nata nan men diate yoke ako modol ka men sayin kan ako mu kulen me an ko ate mota ako bari ni ajube modol ka fole ko ha bari jawra o kay o kanatale kuman kewla ako banku dingolu nyanda jelal ko pour ka banko dingol tankandi amanke jawra damal tankode constitution o fanan membu banko la sartolti e lual men yalon ko banko nyanda tamand lala ako kaw fanan semben tuya bari wo mu lon kawde banko dingol bela karola surtout sojar kundado anen tanko bundamol atendenda fanan kaytande ko de ako kabring arabalungo wala keda lunti me yalon ko ako ate tata dinkrado dami alon ko wolem state house o nyinde ako state house nyindo kabra futata je arabo ako ya jamme Edward Singate sana sabali sadibo hydra ani yanko bature ako anata aye state house lo dulato kabra de bunda nyindo kantaro ka kedamen ay nyim mol jenan eminakan ako kabringa yeje ako ya jamme aje kabra aje damen rodon aka ko boy manta bentene ni taranu blando tombi kera mun ko budede aga ko ha bo fo kanne alon ndemu ke sifa mente ako ele ye nyol sana ya wala wona ra fa ngasele santo atendenda fanan ka daji ko itande ko ay mello ya jamela ko de molem mi alon ko tafasiro diata e bate katato ya ko de abuka ko jenkendi woye kiri kara drong ataka do wala kono atendenda ka itande ko de talankili ma fonla wo talankili no ma fon nyina ako birim ibe dinkrado dami yalon ko wolem fajara baraksti bari yata samba pour kata wo dinkra nyinto o fajara baraks kabira bije ako molu sotota men yalon ko wolem officiality etata dulato dami yalon ko wala keta la konton dulalti ako ni ajube la sojar ya tar ko nyin kono ako ya jame molti me yalon ko kadato kuwolu wol kadiya baka anin kire karalo ako kabribe o sojari akono wato men abe fajara baraks ako ka hakkel bulandiro ke je ko de lundo kibaro nata kan ka fay ko ila sojar do bije ka fay tamsir o modi malon ko baka police station yamuta wolto ako atenata taw dinkirato aytan do police wala ko alsala kuma kan wolta memo statement odi ali abula ngasamba wokola ndolsina jube mbe ko men tamandila ala koto bari police o manyana sojaro arrest la woni luwala sartol manta ako kabira yoke won tilo kunte moldi anara sai aya kada do ku la nyindo ani o tamsir tamsir ako bari wokola kabring wuraro sita ate jita aseta suokono ako bari wolunne keda lundi lumi alonko ay muso soto nun wolunne bala muso na felaya ako wona rake fendi kabira saita ako fano keda drong somanda biranada afudata fajara barracks bundaro aka ya jametraje aka go boy kunun tata nyapi bakaw police station kane ngela kenyol buutele mine fala ako kabira kuma kam faye ako wokeda fendi me alonko wayata jakal bake ako bari beje nyato domandin drong tokuya banata minatela barin tilo nyala ma tel tara odulato kata tamsir kanandi o police station oto ako wolibe be yamuta kode atele tambida ko nyaado pour ko shopping kan droni o buuteri jawoke police ol ni la ke bala o tembo nyinto memo baka police station de atendenda kaytande ko de kiskisir kuwol nada men yalon ko wolle be laari wo ko nyinna akodo waketa fendi mi yalon ko wo toro do man ninna fi atela karola ako man dala fon bentaye non da fola la makamola sojar yakono iba bayle be murla iba shambala kitu yala an wolla bandula mo malo emina mun lala kan ako ibeje ko bukata ko ma fonyato folum killing ila kebal ko be randilale nyadala jubi kiskisiro pour kam mo chodi natare amare sute ko atela barata kukarla ako kabri iyo kuma kan nyimfo akata kamfata bage akala ke bale ko tonya o simfanya pour ka molu randi nyunu yana ka jube ko ne momen sute ni nyune bulo chodintela yento nyenne de tilo nyalama dun tel taraje momen dun tara dulado tilo nyalama nim moyo jabo su tari ala o sutela bara manca ko suto tel taraje ko tilimbal yakol ke men yalon ko akita o bute roldi ako bari alal de marodo o mol nara jubero mumeke bari manna chodi kafonyin kono ako kola kiskisiro sotota ye panelo londi pour kaje ko ka nyinkolta ka be lokoti ka jube jumale kata sabobodi pour ko bute roke police wol ni la nyaton kola bakaw police station atendenda kay tandi ko de o panelo nyin kono ako momi yalon ko wato anen keda director generality ka fay ko tala ke basisi ako wo mumoti mi yalon ko lunda tetara ay alqur'ano mu do panelo ro ke kala ko to nya mome nyin kuwol ke wala ya jammede ana fongo dale ya fonye amanke ko kumade ako kabra kuma kamata ya fo ako wala na rakat lakano sababode inada nyinin ka kabonan mobulu me alon ko wala lead council de esambay fal akay ko de fo inara bakala male ye mun kule la ya jamme wo ko nyin nodo akay ko de mambo fe feren nin kalama me yalon ko wala keda kodi ya jamme la karola men tamantaje fo bilungala atendenda fanan kaytandro ke kode ya jame mu molti mi alon ko mankudo la karola daji kanta ya bala koto ala nyaton kolu ani tema anim fanan dinkra da koku diata kuma kan la karola ya jame kawla fo ako daji kanta ya obe ya jame la koto le o manke nukum fendi atendenda kaytandi je fanan kode ya jame fan kabiren wokiri kara nyinkeda men kada bute roti anu momen ya lon kay wolle bute ako eso wato men martanu baka police station ola wala fon be paramount TV ala bit lola Gambia banko kanjang akoy wala buti anala police wolu baka police station tendenda kaytandi ko de ya jame o manku do men ake ako kedek ya makamo kabira nata akoy modol ta dila bari ya tata muta fokari woro nyin kamala ko fo asa daji kol falino nyamen baraka kul men ke wolni silo manta anada fanan katenden kaytandi ko de tonya lumenna ate ya jame je o state house o arbalu nyina ko atele be nyaton kayala sojaro lo kafo me kudeta ke ako ate amiro siada bake ako bari ya jamme pour nabe rakilela abe tormondo nale sidula kemenin taworo ka me 360 degrees o tourne o nyin kono o le baytandila ko ala daji ko nyin pour ka falling askeno mori me alon ko abe banko nyaton kayala atendenda fanan kaytani je ko de inata makamo diala men keda chief of staff ti anu wakeda fendi me alon ko atata do ko la nu ya jamela state house o nyina kono anu fanan abe do ko la je atani ya jamme ako abe tembo mento ate ya je ko nyaja dunda nu wo masakunda asonda kamaka mo nyintaje sojaro law maralo nyin kudeta nyin kola ako alata ko de abe ke barol men kala wato ate ya ko wobe tarra denni menna wala bankola tora ku killing ate bara la bara la fenna abe kala bankola na falete atendenda fanan kaytande ko de wati ni wati akatara yamarlo di ka ya jammelale surtout ni bota doku lato akatara yamar kan bari tema sanaw ya bejele anim fanan akalo ka kul fay nyin kamalate fahamo men sodo state house wala tamandir nyalto bari anim president jawral benun doku wala janni wokude ta nyimbe kela atendenda fanan ka shankandroke kuola mi alon ko wala 1990 ako talan say ako abala office o kono ako ala office o kono wato wati talan say drong ataka tra wolto ako dun ning atata akada ya jammea na futata je ani ya jamme se kacha soto nara kuba bula menu shankan nae ase shankan nindu ya jamme fana ku soto ba sasila menna isabula wala wokola asnata katentengala dokuola ako molu fanan men yalon ko kadra kalamirol soto la ka kuolu soto me yalon ko bela fla pour ya jamme la karola wol si topotono ako ni o kibarol be katamana atela la karola ni kibarol sindama atesna awo kibarol samba ya jamme la karola o kola o sa jube awe munata mandila atendenda fanan kaytande ko de ni ajube ataka montoro wato menke suwo kono adawdo ata bake bare na seta suwo kono nabe futala wurara ndin sumala ibajala ese telefono ke pura e muru akala dinningol fang anu wala nyosoto ako waka keno wato menna nabe sambala karamudo banjul referen jesi fay ako wato len anala wuludingol kakacha ako nonda anuwol buka kacha no bare suto nada fudal dobje talankilinen talanfula tendenda fanan ka 5 roke ko de november karotil tango mi alon ko wolem sana sabalti anangala mo nyolu ako yundum barracks ay kibaro soto ko de tata jele anum fana ikeda molti mi alon ko ye meeting o soto meeting o nyindu yalo men kamma wala nyindi pour sojarol mi alon ko iko ye kudeta la kurukuru pour wo sojarol law kudeta nyin mi alon ko e lafta kala isa ko nyim bay pour kam military jonta nyim boyndi badingol drong comme minute tan saba wala sotota fonyondi wala karola nimbota je ninga si wuje fulan jaw nyinke demban jay la sedia roto o ko lansina ko futandro kale ko la me alon ko wala denta ala sedia kumola beddan na le janne drong ka birin sojarol tata sana sabal nyolu kada edward singate yankuba touré anin sadi o hydra kafuda yundum barracks enen sojarol ye bengo soto je pour ka itandro kela kudeta mi alon ko kuru kan elafta menkela AFPRC mansa kundala pour sa kudeta ko nyimuta isa bay fereng kana ke fendi members la ala baraka bake fo nyaato drong nin na siya nyim botala lamin AFFS dabo almatilo diala.
Fear over electoral rigging rocks Zimbabwe as the country.
Yesterday, after listening to Prime Minister May's assessment of the state of the negotiations,
Did Edward Singate continue to come to State House after 6 p.m.?
He has been coming after 4, after closing at 4 o'clock onwards. He used to be in the office of the chairman.
Nothing happened to him?
Until one day, himself and Chairman Jame, Edward Singate and Chairman Jame were going down. I was with them. I was following closely behind until in the yard there, when we got off the stairs outside the office and in the yard, going towards the guard room, I heard Edward Singate said, "Sir, why can't we do it now?"
Who was he addressing at this time?
To Chairman Jammeh.
And what happened next?
Then Chairman Jammeh said in Wolof, "Harebe after ngente bi."
Could you say that in English?
Wait until after the christening ceremony.
At this time, was there a christening ceremony to take place that you knew about?
It was then when we moved behind the guard room, where his animals were, that he pointed to a ship and told me to send it to Sanasabali for the christening of his wife, of his child.
Did Sanasabali have a child at the time?
It was then that I knew that the wife had a child.
And you sent the ram, the sheep, to Sanasabali, did you?
I did.
At that moment, when you realized that Sanasabali was to christen his newly born baby, did you put the connection that whatever they were talking about was to happen after this christening ceremony?
I had some doubts, but definitely I was not going up to that level then.
You did not arrive at that conclusion?
I didn't come to that conclusion.
Okay. I asked you earlier, what were the power dynamics amongst members of the council? How did you see their interpersonal relationship at this time?
I knew Sanasabali and Hyde together than the other council members towards each other, because I didn't see much that closeness between Edward Singate and the others. But I saw the two, they were very close.
What was the relationship like between Edward and Sanasabali at this time?
Well, I would not say there was something, there is something in their relationship. I didn't know, because I always see them at the State House when they are together to meet the chairman also, but their personal relationships, closeness also, I would not know.
Did you sense any rivalry between them?
Well, as I said before, the two were always together, but not with Edward Singate. What was the reason? I didn't know.
Did you see any form of rivalry between Sanasabali and Edward Singate?
Well, I observe Edward Singate as somebody who was very overconfident in himself, and with that belief that he is better or more educated or anything to anybody else. And he was number 4. That may have not been what he wished for.
What do you mean by he was number 4?
Within their positions as council members, because Yaya Jammeh was number 1 as chairman, Sanasabali number 2 as deputy, Sadibu has either number 3 as Minister of Interior. Then came Edward Singate number 4 and Defense Minister, and it plays in the hierarchy.
How did you see Edward Singate in terms of his ambition at the time?
He was over-ambitious.
Can you explain what you mean by that?
He was wanting to supersede the others in ranks or responsibility or positions.
You are certain about what you say?
Yes.
On this particular day we were talking about at State House, you heard Edward Singate say to Yaya Jammeh, "Sir, let's do it now."
No, excuse me, he said, why can't we do it?
And the ram was eventually taken to Sanasabali.
That's right.
After that?
I didn't even know I sent a ram there from Yajame for his christening ceremony. But the actual day, I can't remember whether I knew.
And what happened after that?
After that, Yajame gave me a mission and go to Guinea-Bissau. To Bissau. It was then that Khalifa Bajinka late, may also rest in peace, called me again and said, sir, something has happened. I said, what? He said, Sana Sabale and Sadibu Haidara are arrested. It was then that I changed my movement and moved straight to State House. And I found out that they had already been whisked away to where I didn't know.
Did you come to understand the circumstances under which they were arrested?
Yes.
Tell us.
They were called one after the other to come and report to the chairman. Sana came first, as I heard. And this setup of the office of the president then was, as you move to the corridor towards the office of the president, there are two offices. One was used by the plainclothes protection guards, that's the bodyguards, and the other one was that of the ADC. But on the right-hand side of those, the offices are on the left, and on the right-hand side, you have some sort of compartments, of wooden compartments. And soldiers were hiding behind these compartments. And when one was called, and you come up to pass in the compartment, you are grabbed and say you are under arrest. That happened to both of them.
Which soldiers would normally be stationed around that corridor, behind those compartments you talked about?
They are the bodyguards. There are some close protection guards who would be assigned to do certain things.
Like who?
Like Almamo Mane, late. Like late Musa Jamme.
Alias?
Malia Mungo. There was another guy, a tough black guy, Mboob. The first name is Babukar, I hope so, who is from Nyomi. Those are the three I could remember now, as of now.
You said you have explained the setup, and you said that when the person was called and the person went past the barrier, the person is grabbed and told you are arrested. You said that is what happened to Sana Sabali. Was that also what happened to Sadibu Haidara?
That happened to both of them.
How did you know that?
I was informed by those who witnessed it.
What do you say to this story that Sana Sabali went inside the office of Yaya Jammeh, the chairman, together with Haidara, and they pulled pistols and pointed it at the chairman of the AFPRC, Yaya Jammeh? What do you say to that story?
It's a lie. If it had happened, he would have been dead then.
Did you hear this story?
I heard it, Yaya Jammeh saying it on TV. I was laughing when I heard that. I say, I don't expect a head of state to tell such lies. Because definitely, the cooking up, I was there. when they said any council member who comes after 1800 hours should be shot and killed. I overheard also Edward Singate saying, why can't we do it now? And Yajame saying after Dingente. How would they have known that these people would be coming, Sana Sabali and Edward Singate would be coming to his office and pointing weapons at him to kill him?
So your belief is this was planned by Edward Singate and Yaya Jammeh?
Correct. That's my belief, and I'm sure of that.
It was a setup?
It was a setup.
Do you know what eventually happened to Sabali and Haidara?
Well, after Haidara died, which I felt bad, because Haidara was my batchmate. We trained together, the same recruiting.
Let's talk about before their deaths. Do you know where they were taken?
I heard they were taken to Mile 2, and there were torture sessions meted on them.
By who?
Led by Edward Singate.
Do you know who else participated in those torture sessions?
Peter Singate, I believe Musa Jammeh late then, Almamo Mane, I heard of Alaji Martin, now a general in the Gambia Armed Forces, in the military.
How do you know about it?
In the offices at the State House then.
What eventually happened to Edward Singate in terms of his position?
Well, subsequently after that, he automatically rose to the position he was vying for. That is number 2, Deputy Chairman and the Minister of Defense.
And what eventually happened to Sadibu?
Sadibu died of, they say, pressure.
Are you convinced about that?
I was not convinced because I trained with him, and if he had that pressure, if he was having that pressure, he would not have been selected as a recruit, because we undergo all medical tests before being selected to do the training. Maybe it may affect me, I never knew. And in between, when he came back from Turkey, usually weekends, not all weekends, but